Hey everybody, welcome to Watches with Dennis, and we're continuing our Watches and Wonders 2021 discussions. This time we're going to talk about Lange Söhne, or commonly referred to as Lange, one of the German manufacturers that was actually present. While Watches and Wonders was dominated by Swiss presentations, there is a German watchmaking industry, and Lange is at the top of the heap when it comes to that. Now, they did reveal several watches, but I want to focus on the Lange 1 Perpetual calendar. It's the one that got the most attention, and as I go through it, I think you'll understand why. The key aspect, I think, to the Perpetual calendar that Lange has here is just how subtle it is. You look at it, you see a dress watch, an interesting layout dress watch, but still a fairly subtle watch. And then as you see what's all in it, I think you'll be quite impressed with what they've been able to pack into such a small unit. But since I've mentioned the sizing, let's go ahead and get through the basic specifications of the watch before we go into the details about the aspects of the Perpetual calendar. The watch itself is just under 42 millimeters. I believe it's 41.9 millimeters in diameter, a thickness of 12.1 millimeters. It uses applied Roman numerals. It has no lume, as you would expect with a dress watch. It comes on a leather strap. We're going to focus our attention on the pink gold model with a gray dial. They did also announce that there is a white gold version with a salmon colored dial, but that is limited, I believe, to 150 pieces. Now, the movement itself is an automatic. It's their caliber L021.3. That caliber has a 50-hour power reserve and operates at a frequency of 3 hertz. And so we get pricing out of the way as well. This pink gold model is calculated to be approximately $104,500, and the limited edition white gold is expected to sell in US dollars at $116,000. Lange has employed a Perpetual calendar before in the Lange 1 series, but it's also had high-end complications in addition to the Perpetual calendar features, so this is a simpler version from what they've done before. Nonetheless, it's quite impressive when we take a look at it. So let's take a look at the dial and just show where all these Perpetual features exist. Now, in terms of time telling, you'll see there are 2 subdials. The larger, which is loosely in the 3 o'clock position, that's where your hours and minutes are indicated in the Roman numerals. Then there's a small seconds feature on another subdial that exists essentially at the 7 o'clock position. And while that tells you the seconds, that's also where there's a day-night indicator and moon phase. So that's part of the Perpetual calendar features. Since we're looking in that general vicinity, you also see at the 6 o'clock position, there's a very small window. That window indicates whether or not it's the leap year. So it'll go through a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 is in red and tells you that you're in a leap year, which the watch needs to know so that it can properly account for February. Speaking of what month in the year it is, that's actually all around the outer perimeter of the watch. You'll see that it indicates the abbreviations for all of the months, and those rapidly cycle. So when it switches over to a new month, that jumps to the next month. And there's a pointer at the 6 o'clock position. That's where the actual month that we're currently in is being indicated by the watch. Days of the week are located basically in the 9 o'clock position. There's a jumping pointer hand that goes from Monday through Sunday, Monday at the bottom, Sunday towards the top of the watch. And the actual day of the month is indicated in Lange's favored big date style, which is over in the 11 o'clock position on the dial. So that's what the Perpetual calendar does, is it perpetually is keeping track of the actual day of the week, date in the month, and year in the sense of whether or not it's a leap year. I am overall extremely impressed with how this watch looks. That being said, I have a heavy bias in favor of the Lange 1 series. The Lange 1 series is essentially my grail watch. I've never actually sat and picked which one would be my favorite, but given that they start at a recommended retail price of $40,000 and above for even the most basic model, hence why it's a grail, and also hence why I've never bothered to do my homework in terms of which one I might like the best. That being said, it may very well be this watch. So it's just so clean. If you flip it over and look at the back, the movement, decoration, the hand finishing, Lange is at the top of the game when it comes to movement finishing, in my opinion. I like them better than any of the Holy Trinity, and the Holy Trinity have some very impressive looking movements. It's just Lange, to me, takes it to the next level. This one is no exception. It's an excellent looking watch in my opinion, but I want to know what you all think. Comment below regarding your thoughts on the Lange 1 Perpetual calendar, or if you want to discuss Lange as a brand. It is a newer brand, and it is a German brand, and it's a brand I think a lot of people don't really think about, especially if they're newer to watches. Other than that, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. It would be appreciated, and you can click the subscribe button if you'd like to be notified when I have new videos coming out. Other than that, everybody, try and have a great day.